Okay, so good morning, everybody. I figured I'd get on for a little bit and give you some updates on what's going on, what's the projects, what's the future, how was the weekend, and it's exactly 5:30 in the morning, and I have been up for a while. Of course, most of you people know that I do editing between two films, and this is pretty much overnight what I do. So my insomnia is kind of up in par at the moment. But at least I'm staying productive and creative at the moment. So, to bring you up to speed, what happened this past weekend, I was involved in the 48-hour run. My good friend Marla, which I forgot to congratulate and thank you for your hospitality, for letting me stay in your place, and also, shoot around Marion, Texas, which to me was very interesting to look at and to see, what offers are out there. And I saw plenty for our future project. But again, Marla, thank you so much for your hospitality. I love the food and everything, the cast and crew. Everybody pretty much worked together. It was a nice, natural flow. Communication was strong. And like I said, nobody stepped on each other's toes. So, man, the production was very respectful towards everybody. So, but I hope you can follow us on that. We put out a trailer and we put out a few poster promos. I guess the competition is still going on. Now it's in the judging stages from my understanding, because I never messed with a 48. I've acted in one, coincidentally, which is coming out. Well, it's a premiere in the Indie Film Festival. I have two of them: Sex Terrorist and Paint Runs. So I'll be in those two films next weekend. So if you're going to the Indie Fest, chances are I'm going to see you there. So hopefully you go and attend and support our local filmmakers. But with this particular project, the one we did is called The Broken, filmed by Raymond Ramos as a DP, and basically it was directed by Alex Ponce, which is my first time working with him, actually working with both of them. And I just pretty much did an assistant directing and, just watched their backs. If anything that I can add into making the film or making the scene better, I put in my 2 cents in. But between all three of us, we had a good workflow. We communicated pretty well. So it went pretty well among us, all of us. So check it out. If you're going to be at the 48 screening, I believe it's in December. Get your tickets. Get some popcorn. Go watch a few little cuts and films that they're going to show, and just make sure you look out for The Broken. And also, since I'm giving updates on everything else, Memorable Possessions is almost done. I know I keep saying that, but considering the fact that I'm basically learning editing at the same time, and that's my phone. That's the messages y'all are sending me early this morning. So anyway, considering that I do editing by myself and I'm teaching myself and I'm learning no classes, A, I can't afford it. So B, I forcibly have to go ahead and do it, which to me is very enriching, because you put yourself in a position where endurance kicks in, how far and you're willing to learn your own trade. And to me, it is the best experience that I've gotten, even though physically, mentally, it affects you because lack of sleep, or you don't eat as much, or you're not active because you're always sitting here. And as you know, this is my system, so I play around with this like every night after I come back from work. But just knowing the fact that I can teach myself and I can incorporate what I've learned into the films that I have, more and more you become unstoppable. You don't you stop relying on, stop relying on people, but not really. Mentally you do, because in your mind that you can do it. You don't need anybody. But again, you shouldn't take that premises of thoughts into that nature, because you eventually will need people to help you out. The bigger projects you do, the more that you're going to have to rely on people. But in case if people don't come through, which most of us that have been in the film business and film sets and film productions, that sometimes there's unreliable people and they don't come through. So what is your natural instinct to do is try to fix the problem. And of course, if you already have the knowledge of it, like let's say for me, if I had an editor and he bails out, I have nothing else. I don't know who to rely on. So me knowing editing kind of helps me out a little bit, where I don't have to stress out in trying to find somebody else at the last moment who's like, no, don't worry about it. I got this. As soon as we're done shooting, we'll start editing. Plain and simple. To me, that's my safety net, knowing the fact that I know editing. I still would like to rely on other people because we got big projects coming up, and I guarantee you I'm not going to be direct editing some of this stuff. Directing maybe, but editing not so much. But anywho, memorable possessions. It's pretty much cut, put together. We're working on sound right now with my sound engineer Ben Gomez, which he'll be coming around next week, and hopefully we'll try to get it into the ballpark. Dark Side is also still in editing mode. That one still needs to be paced. Well, it is put together, but we just need to work on the sound effects, the sounds, the special effects. I mean, there's so much that's going into it. And I was thinking of bringing another editor for that, so I can, help me out, because that is a big feature compared to memorable possessions. But it's still in the works. It's still in post. I was hoping it would have, a Halloween release, but unfortunately, as every other productions, there's, setbacks and problems and personal issues. So, it is what it is. But as long as we don't stop, working on the trade and not stop with the production, just keep on doing till it's finally done. So hopefully, God willing, by 2020, we'll be pushing it out there. And it'd be nice to have two films being shown out at the same time. So we'll see how that ends up. But now, because of November is already here, and yes, I've been promoting it, On American Soil is also on the slate. I've had a lot of people interested in it. I've had a lot of wheels turning, and unfortunately, I can't avoid it. So we have to start working on it. So the first mission that I got to do is put together a shot list, a script, which I already have and which currently working on all night. And we'll have that prepped up for November, and we're going to start shooting some small scenes for a crowdsourced trailer, which hopefully I'll have done and packaged ready by December and start building our crowdsourcing. So I'm hoping by the time comes, that once we put it out there, please share and like our crowdsourcing page, which will probably be an Indiegogo. And if you're generally wanting to give, please do. Basically, this film is going to benefit Texas productions, not just anywhere else, but here. I want to keep the productions here and locally in Texas. We will be shooting in other places. We will be shooting in Mexico. I'm not taking people over there, but we're going to do certain camera tricks and stock footages and everything that'll be myself and sending other people to film up in Mexico. And I already have somebody working for in Mexicali to get us some footages also from there. So out of the safety of the actors, we're going to keep them here locally, and we're just going to keep the production here locally. So all the funding that we get is going to go towards that production. And the real budget that we're going to try to shoot for, and I know it's a stretch, it's $100,000. It's a $100,000 budget. because it is a big feature, it is a big film. It's a very important issue that's currently is going on, which is the immigration issue. So it's a film with a powerful message. And as you know, the issue is hot. So it is a good time to tell that story. So that's what's going to go on this month. I will be posting a few days where I'm going to need some people. Not too much since this is considered just a trailer. I'm not going to do any big scenes or anything like that. So it's going to be pretty much a low-toned trailer, but we're going to show you what American soil will look like. So hopefully you will join me. And if I hit you up, I hope you will say yes. I appreciate and I adore everybody, all my followers, everybody that I've come across to, have worked with. You know, you guys are all freaking awesome and very talented. And I hope you will join me on this continued journey on making this film company bigger, keeping it here in Texas, and showing the whole country that Texas is still the best place to film at. Basically, I want to kick Georgia's ass. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels that way. But we need to get back on where we were before. And with your support, with your help, I believe we'll do it. All right, guys. So I'm going to get out of here because it's going to be about 6 o'clock. I still got a lot of work and I still got to work tonight over at Home Depot. So, yeah, that's going to be my morning. So I hope y'all have a good morning. Y'all have some breakfast tacos. And if you want to throw me one, just give me a call. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Thank you for your support. I love you all. I'll see you.